Hello and welcome back to episode 22 of Stopping the Rot with Liverpool FC here on Championship Manager 97-1998. Before we get into today's episode, there's a lot going on. If you are new around to the channel, I'd appreciate if you could hit that sub button down below and the like button as well if you're enjoying the content. But without further ado, this could be a longish episode, so just a bit of pre-warning, but hopefully we can sort of plough through in okay. So last time out, we obviously started season 3 and... Season 3? I think it's season 3. And I've just realised I haven't even started the game, so bear with me one sec. There we go, we're in. Season 3, September 11th. Not a good date, but anyway. Yes, we won the Charity Shield in the last episode. Today we're going to take on, I think we had a set of games planned. It has changed because the Champions League draw, as we predicted, has happened and has sort of skewed the fixtures a little bit. And it has thrown up something interesting, but we'll get onto that later. But we got Newcastle. It was going to be, I think, Bolton, Newcastle and someone. Today it's still going to be Newcastle. It's going to be the Champions League group game in the middle and then Ipswich on the back. And we'll see how those teams are doing and stuff. And we'll look at the draw and that sort of stuff. Transfers, first of all. So we do now have Christensen. He's joined us. He's on loan. So we'll try and take a look at him over the course of the season. He is wanted by Silkeborg. Can we actually buy him now? No, we can't. But we'll keep an eye on that as well. So who knows? We'll see what we can do, if we can maybe add him to the team, see what he can do. We were still on the market for a striker. I think we put a bid in for Eric Nevland at the last episode, end of it. They refused our £1 million bid, but accepted 1.1 from Sheffield Wednesday in Division 1. Now maybe that was a tactical we hate Liverpool kind of move, but he was worth 1.1. I didn't drop the price. I offered what he was worth. They went above it, or his price had changed, I don't know. But anyway, by the time the game skipped through to get to the screen where I could go and bid again, they were accepting no more offers. I think we've been screwed by Alex Ferguson, in all honesty. And he goes to Sheffield Wednesday. So, Eric Nevland, I know it's not really your fault, but enjoy Division 1. I mean, he probably will be enjoying Division 1. In fact, we'll have a look at that in a moment, because I don't want to give away anything on the league table, Premier League. In fact, we don't have to. We can come back out to this screen and go in this way. Sheffield Wednesday are flying high. They are level with Forest. It'd be good to see Forest come up. They've got Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Someone I really want to do a save and buy him with, or maybe even just try and do the Forest save. I might try and do like a Brian Clough save at some point. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another. I've got one more 97-98 save in mind, an idea in mind. It's not a typical save. It's an edited one again. So it's been something I've been working on and certainly writing down for a few months now. I have seen something similar appear on the CM97-98 blogs. It's similar but different. It's a bit hard to explain. It's similar but different. Similar premise, different execution, I guess, and slightly different content within it. It's a bit difficult, but once it comes around, you'll probably understand. Because if you're watching this, you probably know the CM97-98 blogs as well, so you know you'll be able to put the 2 and 2 together. But yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, they are flying high. How's he doing? 4 games, no goals. Yeah, he's not off to the best start. We know how good he is. We had him at, I think, Fulham before he got poached. Was it Fulham we had him at before he got poached? So Matt Clarke was obviously Player of the Year last season. I mean, he did quite well, didn't he? Let's be honest, he's got very good stats. Let's pop him on the shortlist. He might be someone eventually that comes in. I mean, we've got 2 very good goalkeepers and a backup, so you know we don't really need him. But anyway, yeah. So Sheffield Wednesday, that's where Nevland's gone. We are still on the market for another striker. I think my note says that further down in my phone screen. But at the moment, and now the Champions League, and the thing is, with that Nevland bid, I was waiting for it to say whether he accepted or rejected, but I'd forgotten I'd taken him from my shortlist. So it was only because our bid was refused. We saw that news, but we never then saw him join. So I was waiting for a few days, maybe about a week, and then the Champions League draw happened. But the thing is, no one who we want is still available. So I'm not just going to buy someone for the sake of it. We can make do with what we've got until such a time someone we want comes available for the right price. Yeah, so we'll go with that anyway. But anyway, yeah, enjoy Division 1, Eric Nevland. That's the transfers. In terms of fixtures, we started off, obviously, with Charity Shield. We then played Sunderland in the league. We got a good 3-1 win here. First half, we were very, very good. The second half, not so much. It did set a new attendance record. We've set another one since. So we are now making money every month. So long may that continue. We'll have a look at the finances in a bit. Bear in mind, we've made some business as well this summer. Obviously, we sold Dundee for 11 million. That was a big sale. Man United have been in for Fowler again, 13.75 million, I think. But we've turned that down. He is a bench option, but it was getting dangerously close to the Champions League draw, and I wasn't content we'd get someone suitable in to replace him. So yeah, they want him every year. If we decide to sell him next season, we'll have him tied down hopefully to another contract. In fact, he's on a long enough contract. We can move him on. He's 52 grand a week and he's not starting, so and he's not really scoring either. So he is very much our backup. But yeah, goals from we battered them really, but it maybe could have been closer than it suggests. Goals from Owen very early on, Redknapp and Honshaw. They did miss a penalty and then immediately scored like not long after. Alan Johnston. Surprised he's still there. He's normally moved on by now. Yeah, and I think we had a goal disallowed as well. But anyway, the attendance record I think was 52 something, and then it went up to 53 in one of the later games. I'm not too sure. We then went away to Highbury to play Arsenal. I think still managed by Arsene Wenger. They are indeed, and it looks like Highbury's been increased 49,000, nearly 50,000 seater. So they've increased the stadium without having to move to the Emirates, which obviously I don't think stadium moves happen in this game. No, they don't, do they? Of course they don't. Newcastle, Lazio are after Dennis. Arsenal and Man United, compared to last season, are not doing the same. We'll have a look at Man United in a minute. There's a bit of ridiculousness related to Man United as well. They've got James Harvey in goal. I don't know who he is. He's a greyed out player. Have they not even got a goalkeeper? What's going on? So Big Dave, say fans are still there, but he didn't play against us for some reason. I don't know why, but we won 4-0. Goals from Batistuta are finally up and running. We got another goal from Biscord and Robbie Fowler off the bench to grab one as well. I mean, yeah, says it all really. They had a few chances, but they weren't good enough chances to score. Yeah, they couldn't fill out Highbury. It's a shame. They've boosted. I mean, they're only about 2 grand off, 2,000 people off, aren't they? And that could easily be our travelling fans. Who knows? But anyway, we then took a trip to Elland Road for Leeds, and we got 4 again. The punters at the moment must be loving the old over 3.5 goals market in the betting shops, but that does come to an end. We avoid the lead 2 during this game as well. Goals from Michael Owen and Biscord, and I think there was an own goal by someone as well. Andy Gray, yeah, own goal for him. David Hopkin got one late on consolation. Yeah, but we've ended the hoodoo. It looks like they've upgraded their stadiums. Well, it looks like everyone's upgrading their stadiums. We're going to have like 100,000 seater stadiums in no time at all, I'm guessing. The next game was Chelsea at home, and not only did we not score 4, so if you put a bet on this game, you were very, very disappointed. We didn't win, we didn't score, and we lost the game. Gianfranco Zola scoring the only goal of the game. We deserved to win the game, or at least get a draw. Wasn't coming, nothing was working. And yeah, we had a goal disallowed, we had 2 penalties refused. Very much deserved something out of this game, but you don't always get what you deserve, unfortunately. We then took a trip. No, we gave another away game, Man City again. The Champions League draw happened at this point, so we'll have a look at the group in a minute. A 2-1 win. We did 2-1 win. We did scrape this one a tad, but you know, Chelsea we should have won. We didn't. This one we should have won. We didn't deserve to win, and we scraped it. I mean, the stats, yeah, they're in our favour. Probably just about edge a 2-1 win, but it didn't feel like it in the course of the game. Horlock opened the scoring for them. Batistuta and Berger, B&B. Airbnb grabbing the goals for Liverpool in the second half. And then finally we had Bolton back to the 4s. And it wasn't as easy as the scoreline suggests. I actually stepped away from the computer at one point, so it may have been as easy as it suggests. But I left it at 1-1. We were struggling to get back to 1-1. And when I came back, Batistuta had finished his hat-trick and Rui Costa had nicked one in as well. Dean Holdsworth gave him the lead early on. Yeah, and that all leaves the table like this. So we are top. Middlesbrough was second for a while with us, unbeaten. And then when we lost to Chelsea, Tottenham took top spot because they beat Middlesbrough. They've also lost now, so they were unbeaten at one point. So far, our defence is as good as Man City. Man City's, well, okay. And we're scoring more than everyone else, but Middlesbrough are up there as well for goals. Did we sell them someone? I feel like we sold them someone. Leon Hardson, he's doing quite well. So yeah, that's the league table. But if you might be thinking, well, where's Man United? There's Man United, 17th spot, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses out of 5 games. And Alex Ferguson got manager of the month. I don't understand. And if you don't believe me, we're going to go to competition, monthly awards, English League. Alex Ferguson, Ron Atkinson rightly getting it for Sheffield Wednesday, Dean getting it for Wigan, and Brian Laws getting it for Scunthorpe. But Alex Ferguson for Man United, I don't understand. But anyway, Champions League group. We got the group of death. Yeah, it's going to be fun. As I mentioned, we're holding fire on a striker unless the right one comes along. But he's going to be cup tied. So, as you can see here, it's a toughish group. But you've got Maccabi Haifa and Vienna in there. They should be winnable games for Juventus. Ajax Galatasaray, that's a toughie. That's not a nice one in all honesty. But Galatasaray aren't the team. Obviously, they can be on this game. You can turn them over fairly comfortably, really. The next game, Benfica. I mean, yeah, Benfica's tough, but Dortmund's tough. I don't know who the best team in that group is, really. Copenhagen should be a bit of a walkover. Tbilisi should be a bit of a walkover, really. Yeah, so again, not too... Would have been happy to beat either Benfica or Dortmund in that group. Again, a few tough teams, but I'd be comfortable getting out of that group, replacing any one of those teams, pretty much. Yeah, Barcelona have got a peach. Kranas from Lithuania, I think. Are they Lithuania? Yeah, Lithuania. They've got some players. Yeah, mostly grey. Marseille will be a little bit on the tough side, but they should be able to overcome that. And Panathinaikos, again, should be fairly comfortable. Our group, Bayern Munich, Espanyol, Milan. Now, the fact that Espanyol are even in there, I don't know how. If we look at the league table, I mean, they're not having the best start to the season by the looks of it this season, so maybe it's not too bad. They might be a bit out of form, a bit out of sorts. Have they sold some players? They've signed Ben Anderson. I saw that happen in the news, actually. I didn't realise it's Espanyol, but I saw him move. That's a great signing. Esguero, is that from Madrid? No, Barcelona. Did he start at Madrid? Is that why I think he's Madrid? No, he's Atletico Madrid. Okay. Ivan Campo from Mallorca. And Ferreras. So they've done some good business. Have they lost a key player or something? Doesn't look like it. I mean, that's a goal. Oh, I thought he was a goalkeeper. Is he at Betis on the start of the game? No, he's not. Okay. So, yeah. Espanyol's going to be a tough one. They've obviously finished well enough to be in the Champions League to start with. Milan is Milan. I mean, and that's actually who today's episode is featuring. It is Milan. It's not going to be very nice. George Weah hasn't started the best season so far. They've actually not really got properly up and running just yet. They have signed Inzaghi from Juventus. He'll be back for us for our game. I mean, they've got some players in there. Ravanelli signed from Marseille. Who else is new in there? Kazaragi's new this season. Who else have they got? Amoruso? No, he's from Juventus. A lot of strikers to choose from. Jerome Leroy. I'm not sure how he says it. Ibrahim Bar still there. Takanadi's new from Juventus. Sandro Cois from Fiorentina, isn't it? Yeah. Lorenzo and Russo, I assume from Rangers. Yeah. They've got a very good team. Massimo Taibi, is that Vicenza? Oh, he's at the game at the start. Didn't realise that. I didn't realise it was at the game at the start. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. That is Taibi who let the TCA shot through his legs, isn't it? I think. But anyway, yeah. Tough group. Bayern Munich in there. They've got Patrice Loco up front. Not normally a threat, but will normally score against you. I don't know if they've got much more else. German leagues are funny on this game. Let's be honest. They're a bit hit and miss. The scouting on them wasn't the best. We've got 11th place Newcastle today. We are gonna. So it's really annoying. This feeling of a cold coming on. I don't know if it's just my sinuses playing up with the heating being on at the moment, where it's just a little bit windy, bit cold out at the moment. But yeah, I mean, obviously by the time this comes out, it might be full blown summer, and you're thinking, what are you on about cold and windy? But as I'm recording this, it is cold and windy. We've got the heating on, and it's on quite ramped up in the night in the bedroom, and I was pretty much next to the radiator. It just dries my nose out, and I don't know if that's what's causing this, but it feels like my voice and throat is going again. And I'm just realising that we're 14 minutes into an episode and we haven't even played a game yet. We might just have to end it at the Milan game. I think we might just do that. There was a big catch up here. There was a big gap between the games and a lot going on. So we will just do this Newcastle game and the Milan game. And then obviously Ipswich, who was following their bottom anyway. I was going to rotate the players out anyway. So it's probably not the best game to play, in all honesty. Obviously Sean Dundee, we sold to Newcastle in the off-season. So he's up front for them today. I just saw his name. Hopefully that's about as much as we see from him today. I think if he gets another penalty disallowed, we're not getting. I don't think we've had a penalty this year because Batistuta was on him. I don't think I've seen any. Maybe that Bolton game, one of them was a penalty. I don't think it was though. But we're seeing a lot of them getting turned away. Like we'll win the penalty and it looks like it's about to be given and they'll change his mind. Dundee again, they have a chance, but I think Dundee if Newcastle, there we go, it just went on and on until they scored. Don't be Dundee. Please don't be Crocodile Dundee. Oh, of course it is. Batistuta, oh, come on. Gabby goal, obviously it's not real Gabby goal, is not... He's scoring in clusters. If he scores in a game, he'll normally score 2 or 3. But he's going games without, so it's skewing his stats a little bit. It looks like he's having an amazing season, but reality is he's having occasional top games. Owen, we can always rely on Owen though. He's our talisman up front. He's the man that gets the goals. We might have to bring on Fowler in a minute. Speed. But yeah, Dundee, I think if Newcastle can build around him a little bit, Dundee could be a good option, for a good striker for them up front, a good player for them up front. If he gets regular season, a football all season, he is good enough. He's doing okay so far. The average rating isn't the best. Batistuta's having a stinker. Robbie Fowler's going to come on. Rui Costa's having a bit of a stinker. Biscard's going to come on. And I don't really want to change the back line. We'll bring Dyer on. Obviously, former Newcastle player in real life after this point. Robbie Fowler. Shots going over the bar. I don't know why I brought him on. What do I expect? We don't deserve to lose this game. We either deserve a win or a draw is probably fair. Biscard, yes. Get in, mate. I'm changing it to Biscard. I don't know if it's Biscard. Something else completely different. No idea. I'm saying Biscard. That's how I always used to say it. And then I think I watched a few second yellow card videos where he was pronouncing Scandinavian names. And I think there was something similar with the double A, and it was awed. It was like an aw sound. So that's how I've gone. But I've changed it back. Biscard. That's how I'm going with. That's how I always used to say it back in the day. You know, back when I was a kid playing this game originally. I say kid. I would have been, 16, 17 when this was out. 15, 16 even. 15, 16. 40 this year. Can't wait. Tottenham lose. Get in. Sheffield United. Newly promoted Sheffield United. And what does that do? So Borough drew at 3rd. Tottenham lost at 2nd. No, they're down to 4th. Leicester are up to 2nd. Obviously battling relegation last season. Doing absolutely amazingly this season. Matt Jansen's flying. So far, Tom Youngs is in there, not really doing very much. Anyone else we need to... Nah. But yeah, so we're 2 points cleared out. Goal difference is ticking along nicely. Still plodding along with Middlesbrough on the goals conceded. Still miles ahead on the goals scored. But anyway, let's regroup. We need to sort ourselves out for Wednesday, which is Milan. See you shortly. Okay, bit of news in that little interlude there. So, somewhat earlier in the when I was playing the game in between the episodes, Italy sacked their manager, sacked Cesare Maldini. They have just appointed Kevin Keegan as manager, which, if you remember correctly, is Tottenham's manager. So they're now without a manager, and that could seriously damage them. Because, to be honest, King Kev had got them firing. He'd got them playing well. And I mean, he's signed Noel Whelan's. You've got to have a bit of a concern there, but he'd made some good signs. They were doing quite well, and obviously this season it culminated a little bit. But they have now lost him, so it depends who they're going to bring in. Sir Les is injured a couple of weeks as well. So that's happened. The other thing that happened is the Icelandic guy got recalled, which was a little bit annoying. They recalled him. He's going to return tomorrow, and he's still not for sale. So the problem is now, if we do go and sign him now, he's going to be cup-tied, which is very annoying. But here we are. We got home to Milan. We need a big result. McManaman's back, but I think Rui Costa, I'll say he's doing well. He had a stinker in that last match. Yeah, we're going to keep Biscard on the bench. He's having quite a good season, to be fair. He might have to go in. We're going to take McDonald out. He's suspended. In fact, no, we're going to put Makalele in as the holding midfielder option. In fact, no, we're going to go Dakor because then he can cover the left back spot. Curtis can cover... No, he's just a sweeper defender, isn't he? I thought he was a Dyer. Dyer can cover both. It doesn't matter. Makalele. We're at home in yellow. It's a bit strange. So we should be at home, well, I suppose, because we'd be red and white and they'd be white and red, I think. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. But it's a bit harsh weather to play on a away kit at home. But we take the lead. And I think it's Stevie Mack, back from injury. He's been back a week or two now, but we stuck with the options we had, like Rui Costa. And Rui Costa got a bit unhappy, so I kept him in there. Biscard was playing quite well as well. So we've switched around those two a few times. But McManaman, I think we do play a little bit better when he's playing. We haven't played much with him this season. I think he's been out since the start of the season. Not massive major injury, just a couple of weeks, maybe a month or something. I think he got injured in the very first game, the Charity Shield, I think, if I remember correctly. Because he's got an average rating for one game, and it was a 6. I think it was very early on in the Charity Shield, episode 1. And we take the 2-0 lead, and so far, so good. Looking at this group, everyone here can probably take points off each other, right? So it's probably not going to be the highest scoring group out of all the groups, right? So we need to finish top to guarantee our spot, because there's no guarantee that any points tally a second place team in this group gets is going to be enough. Ravanelli's come off the bench, I think, and he scored a goal. Obviously, did he score a hat-trick against Liverpool on his debut for Middlesbrough back in what would have been the start of this game? I think it was. Was it season 1? He was at Middlesbrough. Would it have been the season before? Might have been the season before, actually. But Owen gives us that 2-goal cushion again. They've gone more defensive. Albertini hits the post. Got 20 minutes, to sort of play out here what's going on. Batistuta should know Milan quite well, but he's not really doing the job. We're going to protect Patrick Berger from a suspension, and that will be it. Robbie Fowler off the bench, 4-1. He finally does something. Maybe he's our European... it's been disallowed. Of course it is. Mate, he might be our European option. Maybe. It's weird. You do get players that... He scored again. Play better in Europe and in the league. I don't know how the game sort of calculates it. I don't know if it's to make you rotate your squad or something. I don't really know. But sometimes your best player can just have a woeful European season. You have to put someone else in. I don't really understand the maths or the reasoning behind it. 4-1 against Milan, though. Can we just focus on that? What a result to open this campaign. Bearing in mind, we've been a bit stuttery in the league. We are top. We obviously are winning. But we've scraped a few results. We've had a shocking loss against Chelsea. But 750 grand in the bank. Great. Let's hope the other game was a draw. No, Bayern Munich have won 1-0. Again, they played in their away kit at home. Patrice Loco, as I mentioned, he doesn't often score, but you normally notice him score when you look for it. Or he plays against you. That's normally the way. But yes, Juve and PSG not coasting that group. Rapid Vienna currently leading that one. And they've got an Italian striker, haven't they? Yeah, they have. It's not who I thought it was. I thought it was Domenico Morfeo, but I don't know if he's in the game at this point. But anyway, where are we going to come back? So, we're going to play Ipswich next, obviously. Leicester are flying high, but we need to get into October, really. So, we're probably going to be, it's got to be Tottenham, who are very high up in the league, Bayern Munich, and then it tags on nicely with the Merseyside derby as well. So, if we've got time, we'll squeeze that one in as well. But today's episode is now over. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please smash a like down below. If you're enjoying the content in general, want to see more of it, hit that sub button. Plenty more to come. Plenty more in the pipeline. Other games as well. Not just Championship Manager games. Got some Football Manager ideas. I just need time to actually implement them and record them and edit them. And I can only have time for one save at a time at the moment. It's the editing side. But anyway, enough about that. I've mentioned it before. On to next episode. We keep on marching forwards, trying to stop that rot. I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.